So yes, I will be taking advantage of vegetables. Well, I guess I can take one of these. I said before I need more Goho M's. But the social link experience up and going to the dungeon today. Now, I don't think I'll be showing a lot of this, but
what should we do today?
I might make this a fusion episode. Nope, no rain coming up, so I can't fish for any sea guardians.
Well, let's get going.
Previously on the Midnight Channel. Ho ho ho! Merry Apocalypsemas. So yeah, here's Chie. It is still one of my favorite costumes for her. This is definitely not my favorite costume for Naoto, though. Okay, we got an Orichalcum first try this time. I thought for a second that was an accident. I was having trouble mashing through the dialogue. Let's farm some bloody hides.
Yes, we won! Congrats, guys!
Okay, Rise's text box covered a little bit, but that is so cool, like the way he levitates a tarot card in the air. Are you serious? I just got both of the Shuffle Time personas that I wanted out of the same fight. Yep, there we go, there's Null Light. That's why I wanted you, because that is the best way for Beelzebub to get rid of his weakness. In the anime, you summons this thing against Shadow Naoto. Endure Light. That's cute. That way, if the first chest triggers the chain sound, you know the second chest has a chance of being the Reaper. Yep, that's the chain. Wow, okay, I got very lucky that time. Really, the Reaper is mostly just a case of hit it until it dies, don't die yourself. For the most part. They show Yu Narukami obtaining all of the Arcana. Huh. I didn't actually know you could crit this guy. 9, yeah, I have way more than enough. And now... Like I said, I'll be grinding a lot of money, and in terms of trophies, so there are actually 2 that are New Game Plus only, but in terms of the other ones, not the Eerie Bedroom, I actually think Heaven's a bit more lucrative when it comes to gold hand grinding. And I believe okay, I should take off the Haikara shirt. And I'll take the Chakra Ring to make, Negadol cheaper. Yeah, why not? Doesn't really matter where you go if, and yeah, they do warn you about going in alone. Doesn't really matter where you start, gold hands are the same anywhere. And so yes, we're missing Hardcore... Almost forgot about that. We're missing Hardcore Rosette Fan, and register 100 skill cards, which again, we're not getting, as well as completing the compendium, which we also can't do yet, but we will be doing later, trust me. And so, I'll leave you here, and I'll just get to grinding. Mask of Truth, that's pretty cool. Prevents silence. Unfortunately, Book of the Void is the same thing, but better. Level 99, and this in the same fight. That's fitting.
Ooh, a rare one. Don't let it get away. Someone help Senpai! It's no war of that every day. You can't hide from me. You gotta break by the rules where you keep calling out in the face of disaster. Your friends and boss look alike in the face of it. They say history, but they fight all the place. Hey, it ran away! The nerve of that thing! Hey, Persona!
Absolutely nothing gained, and I lost 2 status cures. So as you can see, I have about 500,000 yen, and I grinded for over an hour. Grinding is kind of a pain. Both the hands in Adachi's dungeon and in Heaven have their pros and cons. The ones in Adachi's dungeon, they usually don't show up in big groups, but the ones in Heaven can inflict poison on you, which not even the Tome of the Void can block. And that lowers your physical damage, so the Yoshitsune strategy is less reliable there. Speaking of Tome of the Void, I actually just found this out while fighting the hands. It does not block exhaustion. Exhaustion seems to be considered a physical ailment, so that's interesting. So, compendium-wise, we're missing an awful lot in Aeon and Hunger. I thought we could try to fill that out a little bit. I have some random junk shuffle time personas that I could use to make Lakshmi. Okay, Suzaku, Shiki Orji, and Garuda make Cybele. Which means if I make Lakshmi like this, I can still make Cybele. Okay. So once I have Lakshmi, I should be able to get most of the rest of the Aeon Arcana via fusing down. Okay, there are a few decent skills here, but I guess I'll get, Margarudine and Marakukaja. The Icebreak skill card is, not that useful since I already have that registered. Lakshmi got a bit of an interesting upgrade in, Persona 5. Until I was researching some of the Ultimate Personas in this game, I didn't realize how important Lakshmi was in Hindu mythology. Null Dark is a solid skill to be passing down, too. I'm wondering if, I might eventually be able to fuse these personas into some stronger personas later. It is a little weird as well that I don't have Norn yet. I could also fuse Atropos with what I currently have. Though I might not be able to now that I've given up 3 of them on Lakshmi. Yes, I can still get Cybele, which is what I'm going to go for here. Mataru Unde isn't bad. I guess another Dying skill. So from a persona that got an upgrade to one that got a downgrade. I think Cybele is kind of solid in Q, if I'm remembering right. That is actually a cool summoning animation. Going right into the camera there. It's almost like you think you're in a 3DS game. Yeah, the 3DS's whole 3D gimmick was kind of interesting. Just a lot of games love pushing that early, and I feel like the only game that really used it to its full potential was 3D Land. Because that game actually, like, used its 3D, like, to make some of the environments and some of the platforming puzzles work a little better. Now let's see if I can actually fuse anything here out of Lakshmi. Mada, but ooh, yeah, Beelzebub is kind of a good persona to be giving up for that. Cybele and Yoshitsune make Saturnus. Okay, so, Yoshitsune. Elephant in the room. Yoshitsune leveled up a lot while I use him to grind hands. I find he's one of the best methods of grinding hands there is, and I obviously should register him before I fuse him away, but I really, really don't want to use this Yoshitsune in any major fights. It's just too broken. So yes, register Yoshitsune. Yeah, his strength starts growing a lot at higher levels, but yeah, his agility goes exponentially upwards the higher his level gets. Not hard to get his agility to the cap of 99. Also, Trumpeter leveled up. Loki leveled up quite a few times, but still just barely didn't have enough magic to one-shot hands with mind-charged Megadola on. That was frustrating. I'm going to be saving Sandalphon for February 3rd, because if you fuse a Moon Persona on that date, they get Unshaken Will. Okay, this is kind of insane, but I'm only doing this because Yoshitsune is too good. Yes, Auto Mataru is always good to pass down. Medea Rahan, why not? Saturnus is used, I believe, against, Kunino Sagiri in the anime. You are another persona whose 3D model does not look nearly as cool as your artwork. It's just like a normal bald head with a bad fire animation on it. Just like, look how cool he looks in his artwork! And I don't think Saturnus is in P5, so we haven't got a chance to see him in HD yet. Maybe in that SMT mobile game. Growth 3 is a skill card. I've noticed that a lot of Sun Personas learn the growth skills. Growth 3 as a skill card, though, is actually very, very good. And Natural Spellmaster, also very, very good. I guess I have Medea Rahan and other party members. Not bad strength either. I think Trumpeter will be cheaper to buy back than Zhao Gongen. I've got this far without having to spend any money, but that may change. Okay, so this combo. Though I do really like Saturnus, I kind of want Seiten Taisei as well. Yes, I'll go for Repel. Okay, you're weak to fire, so I may as well pass down Repel Fire. And let's keep passing Growth 3, I guess. And so we have Seiten Taisei! I love the way he yells that out both in Japanese and English. Back when I first heard that in the Japanese version of, well, I probably shouldn't say because spoilers, I guess, but I was concerned that the English voice actor would not be able to top that, but he did. I don't really want Regenerate 3. Okay, not enough of Vorpal Blade, though. But with Seiten Taisei, we should be able to start fusing down the Hunger Tree. So, okay. What happens if I get Ame no Uzume and fuse her with Lakshmi? Because I usually fuse two personas of the same Arcana who are close in level. Rajan Naga. Okay, interesting. That's quite far down. But I may as well. This is purely for Compendium, but Null Dark, Resist Fire. And I guess I'll pass some other good skills to you. I said a long time ago, but I guess I'll say it again, that this persona's name should be Naga Raja. And another one whose 3D model looks a lot cooler in P5. Mataru Kaj is a decent skill for your level, though. And Torrent Shot is actually one of the stronger physical skills, thanks to hitting multiple times. Yeah, due to the damage formula having a lot of, square roots in it, raw power doesn't really matter as much on skills as much as the number of hits. For example, Hasso Tobi, I don't really need Mazionga. Hasso Tobi only has 120 power per hit, but the only single target physical skill that comes even close to matching it is Primal Force, which has 2,200 power. The square roots just mean that it takes a huge difference in power to make even a minor change in damage. Okay, so Raja Naga is like around the middle of the Aeon personas. So what happens if I try and... I'm just concerned that I might end up getting Ame no Uzume again, and I really don't want that. I'm going to go ahead and save now. Or I could actually instead go for Takemi Nakata and go for a Downwards Hunger Fusion. Try and work on both Arcanas at the same time. They are both kind of annoying Arcanas because they require triangle spreads. Baphomet, okay. Repel, Absorb, Growth 3. Well, Hunger's getting the lion's share of the good skills for the lower personas. Dodge Physical. Yeah, we have a lot better than that right now, but it is your skill card, so might as well get rid of, what can I get rid of? Yeah, all of your other skills are too good. I mean, I know it's totally pointless with Repel Physical, but again, it is your skill card. I want to kind of at least keep that as sort of a trophy. Mamudo on. I kind of like the Fear Ghastly Whale Ailment Boost combo, honestly. There's not a lot of personas that have that. And I don't need that when I got rid of your other Mudo skill. Okay, so the question is, what can Baphomet fuse down into? Okay, so to test, Ameno Uzume plus... Okay, Rajanaga and Narcissus would get me Sati, who I've said before, but often brings up, I can get a lot of resist... Oh yeah, Narcissus had a lot of resist skills on him, didn't he? But yeah, who brings up images of certain songs. Sati does look pretty cool, though. And, unlike Saturnus, does pretty much look equally cool in 3D models as she does in artwork. In fact, I'd say she looks better in the 3D model, because that fire is just a kind of a big static blob of colour. Trafuri. That skill is like necessary in Nocturne Hard mode, but this is far from Nocturne Hard mode. See, I'm just going around basically just fusing some stuff, but I really feel bad that I have Aeon and Jester with such few compendium slots filled at this point. But with Sati, that should be enough to get me going up the Aeon. Yes, because now I have the bottom 3. So if I also get Narcissus again, I'm sure there are more money-efficient ways to do this. And you, fusing 3 personas of the same arcana that are all next to each other in terms of level, will get you the next highest... What? Seriously, that combination of 3 should be getting me Kushinada and not Rajanaga. Oh! It's because Rajanaga leveled up and it's because of the base levels. Ah. Alternatively, I actually do have the ability to get Kaguya now. Requires me to give up 2 really strong personas, though. Okay, let's try this again. Rajanaga, Sati, and Narcissus should give us the next one up, which would be Kushinada. There we go. That's what I wanted from the beginning. And yes, Susanoo's wife from mythology, and who Kushi in Okami is based off of, although the Kushi part literally means comb. In the myth, he turned her into a comb to hide her from Orochi. The Okami version manages to be only slightly less weird. Oh, Null Dark gives you no weaknesses, that's pretty cool. Null Fire isn't bad either, but yeah, wow, those stats are looking really low for this point in the game, but again, this is really all just for Compendium. Mataru Kaja as a skill card, though, is great. And Makarakan. Around that level, you'd be fighting Shadow Naoto, who's a great fight to have Makarakan for. So, Kushinada's actually not a bad persona for that point in the game. Does get exponentially more expensive, but the next one will be Kushinada, Rajanaga, and Sati. Which gets me Quetzalcoatl. I guess these skills are decent. A persona I kinda wish had a bigger role in things, considering he's very important in Aztec mythology. I feel like he was either Faith or Counselor in P5. Seems to be mainly a wind user here, but also slightly physical. A lot of Aeon personas are weak to Dark, so passing down that Null Dark skill is pretty helpful. And Mahama-on. Aeon and Hunger are sort of counterparts, because the The hunger ones tend to be dark-based. Man, I'm not going to need Growth 2 on a persona that I'm not going to be using. Okay, Wind-Amped Garudine. That's an interesting option. I guess I'll keep those buffs on you. I mean, Wind-Amped Garudine is also a decent option on Kaguya. Because the next one up the list would be Kingu. A persona that I have always just felt just sounds like you're saying king in katakana. Okay, so now in this case, Kushinada. And Rajanaga. And it looks like the levels are finally evened out this time. Kingu, who's important in Persona Q because he has the item needed for Kanji's ultimate weapon. I guess I can get all of the buffs. And with you, along with Lakshmi, I have Null Panic. I already have that in the pool, I think. I have the whole Aeon Arcana apart from Kaguya. Vicious Strike used to be really good back in P3. I think it had a pretty high crit rate, but I don't really care too much about it now. Endure, I don't know, I have access to Enduring Soul. Auto Masaku's pretty solid too, actually. So now I think I have two paths to Kaguya, because I could also get Kaguya via Kingu and then Lakshmi and then the next Aeon down, which would be Quetzalcoatl, I think. Yeah, now I'm 86% of the compendium. So yeah, I have options for that, but my money is definitely running a little bit lower, and yeah, I need to buy a lot of costumes soon. I wonder about something. You have Fire Boost. Is there a way I can get you onto Kaguya somehow, along with Beelzebub? So the problem is, if I do the same process for Hunger, that's going to get expensive very quickly due to all of the amazing skills that I pass down to those personas, but I do know that Gur and Baphomet will get me Pale Rider. But yep, there's the Rider of Death. It's actually kind of surprising how few Persona games all four Horsemen of the Apocalypse are in. And yeah, you look pretty different to your artwork. Yeah, I don't really need Survive Light. And then I guess we'll see how expensive it is to go down from you, because I would really like Boost Amp Kaguya. So I suppose Pale Rider, Take Minakata, and Gur would get me lower. Yep, there is lower. I remember in some games lower gets Debilitate, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't get it in this one. I'm gonna give this thing just kind of junk skills just so that it's not as expensive to get out of the compendium. Because I already have the ridiculous Repel, Absorb combo on some of the other Hunger Personas. I really only need it every 3 Hunger Personas, that way the higher ones can get it. So it makes sense to keep some of them cheaper, if I'm not really planning on using them. Yeah, lower definitely fits into what I think is a bit of a theme of the Hunger Arcana, in that it's definitely not always an evil spirit in its original mythology, but it's often considered one. In popular culture, especially. With Jin and Zhaogongen, I can get Sraosha. And with this, I can pass down Fire Boost, Fire Amp, Argidyne. And that gets you Megadolon as well. Oh, now I just need to find a way to somehow get you onto Kaguya. And Angelic Grace too. Okay, so just as Emperor Fortune works for Aeon, and this is crazily expensive, I'm probably going to have to go back in and grind more money, but Sraosha, Odin, and Lachesis will get me Kaguya with a lot of the right skills that I want. Basically, I'll be able to cover her fire weakness with Repel Fire. I can then go Fire Boost, Fire Amp, Argidyne to give her a Boost Amped Magic skill. And then I have one more slot that I can use for Megadolon or Angelic Grace or any of these other things. I kind of want Megadolon though. I really want you to make you like my main offensive persona. And I wanted to hold off on fusing Kaguya until Marie's dungeon. But today is an increased social link experience day, so I might as well. On the day we actually go to Marie's dungeon, the fusion forecast is going to be random stat increases. I would much prefer increased experience. So, here we go, assuming this is an accident. It's time for the Moon Princess to reveal herself. I really love Kaguya as a persona in this game in terms of a concept. And yes, Kaguya gets a completely unique summoning quote. I'm pretty sure no one else says this. And I love the way that big... I think that's supposed to be like the Fire Rat code. It's a reference to one of the impossible things she got her suitors to fetch for her. Tetraja... Nah. I mean, Fast Heal is pretty pointless, but I mean, it is your skill card, so I might as well keep it unless I have no choice. So yeah, the main thing with Kaguya is her magic is ridiculous, so having a boosted amped magic skill is great for her, because she doesn't learn any of those naturally. However, Hammer boosted Mahama-on might also be a useful option for her. And yeah, gonna get rid of that. She also has Medea Rahan, so... And she might get Spellmaster? Yes, she's going to get Spellmaster. Of course, I have an accessory for that, so it's not super necessary. But on most things I want to use Mahama on, yeah, they're going to be weak to light anyway, so I may as well get Spellmaster. Yep, still going. Yeah, I think Kaguya will pretty much be my main magical attacker for the rest of the game. Now, I am actually definitely going to have to go back in and grind more money because I just barely have enough for like all those costumes. But while I have this much money, I think I might go ahead and go for some more hunger personas. So yes, Lower Baphomet and Pale Rider should get me that one. Hope I'm getting this right. Again, there's probably way more efficient ways of doing this, but it's just kind of convenient to use the fusing up and fusing down methods to fill out space in Arcanas. Well, I guess I can pass down the Mega Repel set to you. Kumhanda is another persona that I've thought has always looked pretty cool. Oh. Okay. Well, second accident of the playthrough. Let's see what I get. Are you serious? Okay then, I didn't have you in the compendium anyway, I'll take that. That saves me having to use my better personas to fuse you. Wow, I've gotten some pretty lucky fusion accidents. And let me see, all those repels oh, you do naturally null fire, so that repel fire is pointless. Oh well. Huh, Megadolon's your skill card, interesting. And there's repel ice. Growth 3 is not a bad skill to have on you. I mean, I have Mahama on Kaguya. Oh, and you're still weak to Dark. Well, you'll be good fodder for passing down more repel skills to other personas with, I guess. Yep, those are all of the repel skills you learn. Pretty solid strength, too. Okay, that was, I guess you could say that was a happy accident. Okay, for real this time, hopefully. There we go. I mean, I'm not going to turn down that accident, though. Metatron is pretty great, and I would have needed to fuse him anyway. Fire Amp, okay. Resist Elec as a skill card is kind of solid, because it's a lot cheaper than the Absorb and Repel skill cards. Yeah, Alertness is just like... You're not going to be taken by surprise in this game unless you let a shadow run into you. I mean, admittedly, I have accidentally run into hands a few times while I was grinding in this run. No, I do not want Regenerate 2. Okay, I'm missing you out of the Hunger Arcana. I can get that via Baphomet and Lower. And that'll be as far as we can go in Hunger, because we obviously can't get the Ultimate Hunger yet. Chernobog. Not the one from Fantasia. I guess I can pass Auto Masuku. But I feel like the one in Fantasia is probably more well known than the one from Mythology. Another really cool design, though. And this one does show up in HD and P5, I'm positive of that. Myriad Arrows. You were pretty much, one of the most broken skills in the game back in Q. Well, not back in Q, because Persona Q came after this game. Another Resist skill card. I mean, it's totally redundant with Absorb Wind, but it is, again, a skill card, so I guess I'll get rid of Mamuda on. Just so I have the option for this skill card. Your whole compendium carries over to New Game Plus, by the way, so it is definitely encouraged that you go for as many skill cards as you can, like on your compendium registered personas, just so you have access to those skill cards during New Game Plus whenever you want. Oh boy. On the one hand, these two are both insanely good, and I don't really want to get rid of them. On the other hand, Asura on a experience up day means easy access to Unshaken Will, which is also an amazing skill card. And no, I'm going for the combo that doesn't involve Kaguya, thank you very much. How much do those two cost to buy back? Yeah, I just barely can't afford to buy both of those back. However, I was going to go back in and grind money anyway. Just gonna make a mental note to buy back both of these. Because I want to keep this Metatron. Okay, so I don't need to null Fire or Light. But I definitely want to get rid of that Wind weakness. I mean, I probably should have saved before this, actually. But no, no accident, great. Oh, that is cool, I forgot about that. That you have that animation. Mahama on, which I don't really want right now. High counter, which I definitely don't want because Repel Physical is the same thing, except not luck-based. Spellmaster, come on, Unshaken Will. In fact, you might not get Unshaken Will because I think it's a few levels above Spellmaster. I have Spellmaster and other things. Oh, are we going to get Unshaken Will? We are going to get Unshaken Will. Great, it was worth it. Yeah, I really wanted that now because then I can go to Cafe Chagall and get the skill card for that. Because it's an amazing skill card to have. I guess I don't really need Miragidine. You're better physically than magically anyway. Still going. Okay, there we go. Okay, note to self. Get Beelzebub and or Metatron back from the compendium. And I think that is everything that I'll be doing as far as fusion goes. 89%. It would have been nice if we could get to 90%, but we're not quite there, I guess. Oh, right, we're missing you. Well, I suppose we can get you later. We're also missing Supana. But yeah, I think for now, I'm going to go back in, grind more money. So this is how much money I have after quite a while of grinding. If you're playing the Steam version, you can just set the money gain to high at any time. I really wish I had that option here, but, yeah, sadly that is not the case. But in grinding, I did gain a lot of just random junk filler personas here. So I'm going to go through and see if there's anything else in the compendium that I can make out of these. Not that, but I can make Cert out of some random junk. But one that I kind of want is Atropos. Okay, I think I'll go for this first. And thanks to using Chernobog for this, I can pass down some pretty good skills. Cert's definitely more of a magical persona than a physical one, but I guess I can pass Power Charge. Yeah, the sort of sword for Cert on its model looks more like a burning kebab stick to me than an actual sword, because it just looks too thin on the model. Are we gonna get Ragnarok? We might get Ragnarok. It's a shame that can't be passed down, because imagine Fire Boost, Fire Amped Ragnarok on, Kaguya. I'm not even really all that keen to show off Ragnarok in battle, because we can see the animation at any time by using a Flame Magatama. Of course, I don't need High Counter when I have Repel Physical. Oh, hey, Null Ice. Oh, you Null Wind anyway, so passing down Absorb Wind was kind of pointless, but oh well. Auto Masuku might be useful for passing down to further personas. Harisi, White Rider, and Cert will get me Mada, who is, in terms of role, a little bit redundant with, Kaguya, though. Or I could get Atropos out of Pabilsag, Nidhogg, and Cert. I think I'll actually do this. Because depending on how things go, I might be able to get Norn, too. And Norn has Debilitate, so Debilitate is obviously always better than no Debilitate. Meaning I'd rather go for her this episode than Mada. However, I could just buy back Trumpeter. Trumpeter's a much better user of Debilitate. You naturally get both Wind Boost and Wind Amp. And Norn already naturally absorbs wind, I'm pretty sure, so I don't really need that skill. Atropos is pretty high level. I mean, she's pretty high level in a lot of games, though. But I think there is one of the 3 Fate Sisters that I don't have yet. Yep, I don't have Clotho. I also don't have Ananta. Okay, Fortuna and Lachesis can downfuse into Clotho. And you have Repel Elec. And Auto Mataru. And Absorb Physical. That's interesting. Not that I need to pass down any of those to you, because you, well, normal have access to them via, Lachesis, via Lachesis anyway. So I should more focus on, Fortuna's skills here. And this means that I will need to buy back Lachesis, who's quite expensive. But I did grind a lot of money, and then I'll buy back, Metatron and or Beelzebub. I'm not sure if I'll get both of them back, because I still need money for costumes. Yet another Wind Boost that I don't need, because I have it on other things in this combo. I have Garodine and other things in this combo. The problem with this being a social experience up day is that every persona that I fuse today is more expensive to get out of the compendium because of their higher level. But at least the things that I'm fusing into are higher level, so it all balances out in a way. Okay, so I need Lachesis. And just in case this can be an accident, even though it's a special fusion, I will save. So, Triangle Spread. Atropos, Clotho, Lachesis. These three combined make Norn. So, I've actually got quite a lot of options for you. Okay, how about 2 Auto Muscles, Wind Boost, Wind Amp, and Repel Elect. I would like to pass down all of these other great skills as well. I mean, there is also Mind Charge, but yeah. But I kind of like the double Auto Muscles. I don't think I've actually said this before, but I am very surprised there is not an officially licensed Norn clock. I've looked it up and I've seen fan-made ones, but you'd think Atlas would put out an officially licensed one by now. I mean, it makes complete sense. And I'm sure people would buy that. Invigorate 3... That can be kind of somewhat useful in a pinch. I guess I have that on other personas. Insta-heal is your skill card, which weirdly enough is better in every way than Kaguya's skill card, despite Kaguya being like a higher level persona to get. I guess Norn's technically a little bit harder to fuse because it's a secret fusion combo. It's just like, I don't really... I mean, that's okay for Poison, I guess, and Exhaustion, because Unshaken Will won't block those. I suppose for now I can do that, but then once you get Debilitate, I'll probably have to dump it because, you know, Debilitate. And yep, it's dumped. Which, yeah, only Norn, Trumpeter, and Yoshitsune via a Fusion Forecast learn Debilitate naturally, but you can also get Debilitate as a skill card off of Trumpeter, and for that reason I'll need to buy back Trumpeter. Because I will want to get that skill card soon. Okay, I promise I get you back. Okay, that should be enough fusing for today. We've got Norn, we've got Asura, Kaguya, and I bought back Metatron. I also bought back Saturnus, and that's for fusing Sandalphon on February 3rd, and obviously I bought back Trumpeter too. And I have this Neburos here, who I just made from some random personas, but he's got Spellmaster, Mind Charge, and Null Light, so hopefully I'll eventually find something I can fuse him into. But, yeah, with all of that done, I'll see you outside the TV world for a return to our last days in Inaba.